We meet once a month and people tell true stories from their life for 1 to 5 minutes. And they've asked me to assemble some of my favorite storytellers to give you folks tips on how to tell a story.
People often ask me why I moved from California to Rochester, New York. And the short answer is because of the look on my son's face.
And I'm going to tell you the story of the strangest and most wonderful question I ever received from a student.
And no one's ever left, except for me and my sister, and a few of their kids. So I guess a lot of people have left, but...
So when he said to me he lived in Rochester, I thought perhaps he meant Westchester, 1 hour out of Manhattan. I could do that.
I grew up in Denver, Colorado, so I'm a true Westerner with a Western sensibility. And I came to Rochester to visit a friend, and I felt like I'd come home.
One of my fondest memories as a child is going to Highland Park and playing in the children's pavilion.
Are those hearing aids? And I said, yes, they're hearing aids. He's deaf? I said, yes, he is deaf. And she said, but he looks so normal.
I often teach a course in which I talk about my favorite musical instrument, which is the bagpipe.
And both of us had grown our beards for over a year. Bristly, like Roald Dahl the Twits beards.
My second encounter was when I was about 8 months pregnant and my husband took me to Ellison Park. Well, it was cold and I did not want to be there.
Here's this bag, and I opened it up, and inside are 100 pieces of children's artwork.
So they shouted nasty, horrible things at you. And again, I thank God that you were deaf.
I tell them about how the goat is slaughtered, and of course nothing is wasted.
Trying to figure out where we are, and all of a sudden there's like a bunch of people around, and I don't know anyone, and we're a little nervous.
Today, I run at Ellison Park at least 5 days a week.
And the popcorn spat out into this enormous bowl.
But how did they get their skins plaid? Waited and said, they only kill plaid goats.
As the first part of the beard started to just be removed, and I could feel like air touching my face for the first time in like a year, I knew that this was a city I had to live in.
Hundreds of trees, just absolutely breathtakingly beautiful. These are the things that I have come to love about Rochester.
Before my dear Aunt Vera died at the age of 96, to ask for that popcorn bowl, because you know what I'd give to spin my grandchildren around in that now?
I mean, it really touched my heart. So I'm very grateful to be part of a community that isn't ingrown, that we're outward looking on the world.
There were deaf dancers and deaf actors and deaf teachers. And you looked at me and you didn't have to say anything because I saw the look on your face. And that is why we moved to Rochester.